we're back.
What is up?
Oh, Sunday afternoon.
True that. It's been a minute. It's been a little bit of a while.
It has been a minute. We need to get better at life. But, we've been busy.
Yeah, we've been launching a new network.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been, doing some website shit, designing some things. Yeah, it's definitely...
I guess
it's definitely time consuming.
I would say, like with everything else in life, we have to make sure to make time for us.
Sometimes you just gotta make time. You gotta make time for me, baby. You gotta make time.
What is that from?
I don't know. I think it's something like a pimp would say. Doesn't it sound like a very pimpy thing to say? Like, you gotta make time, baby.
It kind of made me uncomfortable.
You gotta make time. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. You see these gators? You see these gators and these open shirts? You see what I'm saying, girl?
Gold chains.
You see what I'm saying? You see these hats? These hats don't pay for themselves, girl. You got to make time for me, girl.
What ring do they wear the finger on? Is it the pinky?
They do wear a pinky ring, and they usually have a cocaine
nail.
Like a cocaine nail.
Yes.
Yeah. That's usually...
This isn't that relationship, though. I feel like we're on a different level.
Yeah, it's cool. The pimping thing... we were watching... The Deuces. I want to say not this week, but maybe last week, because Derek was over. Mm-hmm. We were watching The Deuces, and it was last week because afterwards, we watched American Horror Story. Mm-hmm. Not this week's episode, but last week's episode, which was popping.
It was solid.
Which was really showing where the cult thing was gone, where they were gone. By the way, I'm here for it. Mm-hmm. But then it was we saw The Deuces afterwards, and we saw how the pimps were interacting with the hoes, I guess. And it was very much like a cult. They were using very, very similar tactics.
Brainwashing and
yeah, but it's like a slow burn a little bit, it's once they to them, if they start a conversation and you're on board with it, it pretty much creates an opportunity for them to make it happen. So yeah, you seem. I feel like I should change what's on Netflix because you seem to be invested in.
I'm not. It's a very visually appealing movie.
That's why I was going to put on something that just looked pretty.
No, it's cool. It's too soft for me to sing to, so we're all in the clear.
Okay,
we're good. Don't worry.
Because I was having a conversation with you, but you didn't give me no eye contact.
I'm sorry.
The whole part of that.
I was listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. I know you like Moana. Yeah,
as everyone should.
It's cool. Yeah. Speaking of Moana, you wanted me to dress up as Moana.
Maui.
Whatever. You wanted me to dress up
that would be a whole other thing if I was I want you to dress up as Moana.
All right. You wanted me to dress up as Maui for Halloween. Yeah. And I couldn't get on board with that.
Yeah. We need to figure out what we should do. First of all, we need to figure out that we should really do something for Halloween this year. I know we say every year
that we should do something for Halloween.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a weird connection with Halloween. I enjoy dressing up. I don't enjoy dressing up. I'm a bigger dude. I'm a black man. Just recently, there become more things black people can dress up as.
Yeah.
But for a while, you just dressed up as the black version of whatever white thing you were really into.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of cool. We have all these other
cool
people
characters.
to dress up as. I don't know. I look at all the cosplay pictures and I'm like, them niggas look hella corny. and I know that's I should be into it, but I'm generally not. I want to, and part of me is oh, it's Halloween and it'd be fun, and I'm just not.
Do you think when we have if we have a little person, you're gonna be into when we go trick or treating to being a theme, a family themed?
I don't think
costume?
so. I think maybe if you push it on me, or maybe I don't know. Maybe if things were different, I don't know if I could.
I think I told you about when I worked at the mall in the photography studio, and the mall did trick or treating on Halloween. It was a big deal. It was insane.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
And there was this family I saw that I was this man had his family specifically. I think one of the things was to live out his dream of having everyone play a Mario character. it was literally like he was King Koopa, which props for him for being King Koopa.
Shout out. That means,
like,
was his wife the princess?
Princess Peach.
That means he stole her.
And he had 3 kids.
Yeah.
He had Mario, Luigi, and then the little baby was the Toadstool. And
That's
like
cool.
it wasn't like homemade costumes. They were full on costumes. Like,
yeah, I don't think I would do
and
that.
he looked so happy. And I was like, this man had a family.
I don't think I would like to go to Comic Cons, and I would like to like wear a t-shirt or like wear like something like a pin or a patch or like some jewelry or something, you know, and it's like, yeah, this is like the Triforce pendant from such and such episode of such and such. Like, I would be cool with that stuff. Like, we were watching Dick Tracy earlier today, and he had the Dick Tracy watch, and I was like, that watch is kind of sweet. Like, it was like a 2-way watch, like a fucking radio on his wrist, like an old timey radio. I just think that like the costume days are like behind me. Like, I have no interest in it.
What if your kid was a little older and they wanted you to dress up with him?
How old is old?
Well, like 4 or 5. Like when like they're still in that like life is still magical to them and like everything is like more believable.
I don't know. I think it would depend where I'm at in life. Like, I think if I was in
like she looks like that and she's looking up at you and she's like,
I'm going to turn this movie off.
Sorry. Why?
Because it
was a good point. Now it's
cool.
over.
Now
and
you get the
oh,
Brickleberry.
Jesus.
Yeah, so there's something bright there
Yeah,
to
something I'm
uplift
not
the room and
paying
something you're
attention
not interested in
at all. I can't pull from it.
No, you can't.
All right.
So, yeah, no, I guess it really depends where I'm at. If I'm like, I don't know. I just don't have the interest in it.
Okay.
It's weird. It's like because when I see it, I'm just like, oh, that looks cool. But at the same time, I'm just like, maybe because all of the people I would want to dress up as are hella fit. You know what I mean? Like, there's no just regular ass male characters to put on. The closest I can get is Finn. I was like, I could probably do Finn from Star Wars because that shit's pretty simple.
Yeah, you don't gotta wear a mask or nothing.
Dope.
Yeah,
and he just had like a body type. Like, he wasn't like, but everyone else is like ripped out the ass.
Yeah,
and I would just feel like I never want to show up because I never want to show up at the Comic Con as like the fat nigga in the outfit. Like, oh, this is the fat stormtrooper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, and plus, I think I would probably want to go ham. Like, I wouldn't want like a plastic costume.
You would want the best of the best, as you.
I wouldn't want the best of the best, but I would want like if there was tiers. If there was like, this is like the dollar store with like the plastic mask, and then this is like the Target brand with like the little suit with the cushion in it, and then they were like, and this one's like the adult version of that, and this is like the adult premium, and then this is like the psychotic fanboy who like spends all of his money. I would be right below psychotic fanboy that spends all of his money. Like, no bullshit. When Star Wars Episode 7 first came out, I was looking into stormtrooper outfits and being like, how much can I realistically get one of these for? And it was $800.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, and I was like, that's not bad.
Oh, God.
That is not a bad. So I don't know. If in the future, if I have more money, more free time, I'm in better shape, my kid wants to do it, probably. But at this moment, like, I just have no. Or I would dress up as like black stuff that no one would get. Like, I can't be Jodie's stepdad from Baby Boy at work because no one would get it. You know,
it's for you.
Oh, you know what I should do this year though? That would be kind of funny if I was Ice Cube from NWA. I would just get a Jerry curl and a Raiders hat.
Oh my God!
I think I might actually.
That's
do that.
a good one.
Yeah. See, that's
inspired.
simple. See, I can pull that off. It's a nice body type. It matches me.
Like, remember when you worked at Buffalo and you were the chef from South Park?
Yo, I would do that again. What did I do? Did I get a hat?
You had a chef hat. Remember you were looking super hard for a chef hat.
Yeah, and I think I wore a red shirt, blue jeans. Did I have an apron? I didn't have an apron.
And you just talked about your sweaty balls or whatever the fuck that's
sweet salty balls. Yeah, I would do that. Actually, I'm actually going to. You know what? Let's leave it up to the people. Like, would you rather me be the chef for Halloween? and I can post it on the Instagram. Or would you rather me be Ice Cube from NWA? Like, see, that's something I can get behind. You know, because it's like
it's not a lot of work.
It's not a lot of work.
Yep.
It's pretty simple. It's straightforward, and at the same time, it fits my body. I don't want to ever be the fat version of anything.
Baby.
I don't want to ever be
anyone that calls you that.
No. You just are. Like, hey, have you? I don't think. Do you ever look at the cosplay? You probably see the cosplay that looks good.
Yeah.
Like when you see a cosplay, it went viral.
Yeah.
Usually, it's a girl who's like super sexy and some shit, or it's a dude who has a crazy costume.
Yeah, the dudes are always like.
Right, but they'll never show you the shit in between where, because like in those cosplay things, there's like the girl who shows up and she has on like a little scarf and some glasses and a lightning bolt, and you're like, oh, okay, she's Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And then there's a girl who comes through with her titties out with the lightning bolt and the scarf, and you're like, okay, she's sexy Harry Potter.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Right, but then you never see like the dudes who's just like a fat dude in a Deadpool suit, and you're like, oh, okay, you're fat Deadpool.
Oh.
Okay, you're fat Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like a whole genre of like fat motherfuckers who dress up as shit.
Yeah.
Then there's like these other weird genres where they'll do like a zombie version of some shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I never want to be the black version of a white character, or like the black version of an Asian character. Like I have no interest in that.
Yeah.
Unless that person's like.
But if it's like Batman.
No, because then my face would be black. Like I wouldn't be the black version of Superman. I would probably be Superman 50 from Earth 53. Like, but I could be Deadpool because his face is covered up.
Okay.
But I would need to be like at least like a normal sized person. I couldn't be fat Deadpool. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how we got off on that tangent. But
I mean, it kind of goes with our theme today.
It does. So, for everyone listening, if this is your first time, welcome to Lulu and Pop.
Yeah, what's up?
I am Pop.
I'm Lulu.
Yeah, she's my wife. I'm her husband. We got married a little over a year ago, like a year and a couple weeks.
Change, yeah.
A week, a year and a week, maybe a week or two. And we've been running the Lulu and Pop show for a little bit now. I don't think we've hit the year marker yet.
No, not yet.
But and I think we're going to try to do something. We're going to try to take the show in like a little bit of a different direction. Usually we talk some news things. We're going to continue to do that. But I think what resonates most from what we've been saying is when people get to see what we are into and our conversations and, you know, some life to it. And it's definitely easier to produce because we're producing a lot of shows now.
We sure are.
We're making it happen.
Not mad at it. I'm excited.
A little power couple. So what we're going to do is from moving forward, the new format of the show, we're going to shoot the breeze for a little bit in the beginning, let people know some things, you know, and then we're going to get into a topic of the day, and it works well because it's October.
Yep.
Halloween. Little fun fact: this was our old anniversary.
Yeah, it was. Also,
fun fact, not actually our anniversary. We don't really know.
We can't give a definite
when we pull
date.
the trigger.
Nope.
I do remember the event,
yeah,
which was very kind of like creepy on my part.
It sounds creepy from
it definitely sounds creepy,
but it wasn't creepy at the time.
Yeah, I think it definitely sounds creepy, and it makes me sound possessive.
Yeah, which you're not.
Yeah, like if you were to retell it to someone, because okay, you know what? You guys can be the judge of this. So this is how we became a couple. We were laying in bed, freshly after having sex.
Oh, Jesus.
Freshly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think the nut was still wet.
Oh, God.
What?
I mean, all right. Continue.
Was it not wet?
I don't remember that.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't dry. It wasn't dried up semen. We were in the bed. We were glowing. You know, old apartment, West Philly, 48th?
Around.
47th?
Yeah.
46 maybe? Maybe 46.
I think it was 47th.
47th?
Yeah.
47th. West Philly, living the dream. Living with Greg. Shout out to Greg. And Sexpressive. Yeah.
Woohoo.
Laying in bed, just got done from boning, fresh nut, juicy vagina.
Ew! Can you just get to the point here?
I had to paint a picture, baby. I'm Picasso.
I'm crying.
Okay, I'm Picasso. I'm Stephen King with this shit. All right, these people want to hear the story. They want to know how this happened, how the Randalls came about.
I know. All right.
What
happened?
And I look over to you. You were laying closer to the door. I was laying closest to the wall because I have a thing about sleeping against the wall.
You sure do.
And I was like...
You don't have a wall to sleep against?
I know. I've gotten over it. But I do sleep closest to the wall.
When we move, we'll make sure...
It's okay now. I don't think I have to be by the wall any longer. Okay. But if you look at our room, I'm technically by the wall.
True. Yeah. We weren't always. Switch spots.
I know, and we never switched back. We were supposed to switch back
every 6 months or something.
We just didn't. Now we just flipped the mattress.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're laying in bed, and I look over to her, and I say, "I don't know about you, but you're my girlfriend now." Like, I'm not really trying to. Like, I feel like we're there. Like, I'm not seeing no one else, and I mean, if you are seeing someone else, I would like you to stop, and I think we should be together. We should do this for the long term. Like, I want to grow old with you. And you were like, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think if I was just to be like, yeah, one day me and my wife, she was my girlfriend at the time, I just like looked over at her and I said, hey, you're my girlfriend now. And she said, yeah, cool. Like, that would sound kind of crazy.
There'd be some think pieces on that.
Right, yeah. But I think because it was like the after sex glow, they don't know the story leading up to it, how I slept on the couch for a couple weeks beforehand. Mm-hmm. Like, it definitely sounds creepy in playback.
It does, but I know it's not. We know it's not.
It's not. No, it's not. I'm not a possessive person. However, you better go in there and make me a sandwich.
You lock the door. You can't leave till you say, I'm your boyfriend.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so October is we're going to talk about some scary movies.
Yes.
We've seen 2 scary movies in like the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, me and Mark do generally every Sunday morning. Mm-hmm. Unless we're like busy, right. It is our morning to watch a scary movie. Like, that's a tradition that we have started and stuck with it. I really, really like.
For a while, we've been doing it for a little bit of change now. I think it happened organically too.
Yeah,
because you like creepy films.
I do. Yeah, that's a very true statement about me. Is I love October. I love Halloween. Let's be real.
You love October because of pumpkin spice.
I do love pumpkin spice. I even have a fucking ode to Halloween tattoo now.
Yeah, that's true. And the moon is the color of pumpkin spice.
I think he just did that to make it,
Because you were just like, I love pumpkin spice in there.
I do love pumpkin spice, but I control it, especially out in public.
Barely. I mean, like, if I had a dime bag of pumpkin spice, I'm dangling it in front of your face, you just start shaking.
I'm gonna get something pumpkin when we go to the grocery store.
Start sweating, scratching at the neck and shit.
All right, so yeah, I do love Halloween. I love scary movies. I always have.
Yeah.
So today we decided to actually talk about scary movies.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about 2 of the movies that we've just seen really recently, but then we're also going to talk about, how horror movies have played a role in our lives.
Right.
Since we were children.
Yes, true that. So what we saw today, we saw Annabelle Creations.
Which comes out, I believe, on DVD October 20th. It'll be released for anyone on, I guess, Amazon Prime. I don't know where it's going to be, but
that's cool. If you want to hear our review of Annabelle Creations, you can go to the Patreon, and it's going to be one of the bonus episodes for the Spaces production.
Snap.
So if you want to hear our review, the Lulu and Pop movie review of Annabelle Creations, go over there, check it out. It's I gotta give it a good name. I'll work on that. Right now, if you just go to Patreon and put in Spaces Productions, you'll find it. So we saw Annabelle. Mm-hmm. We just saw... Oh, man, did I break these? I sure did. Oh, fuck. She's going to be so mad. I'm going to try the hot glue.
Okay.
If you go on to... I'm sorry. Oh, I totally lost track. I just fucked something up. Okay, moving forward. Leave it in. Sometimes you got to let it roll. People got to see the authenticity.
Yep.
So we saw Annabelle Creations today. I got the idea for the film. I was doing laundry earlier today, and I was listening to another podcast called Medium Popcorn, Niggas Spoiling Movies. That is the name.
That's a great
name.
Their
podcast. It is, but not everyone can say it.
Nope, I can't. And I wouldn't.
I respect you for it. And they were talking about it, and they made it sound interesting enough, and we watched it. And, not to give out any full reviews, would you say you would recommend this movie?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I would say possibly, but I'm just going to go into this thing here. This movie is fucking creepy.
It is.
I think it's a much creepier movie than it is a good movie.
Yes.
I would even say it's scarier than it is good.
It's definitely like if I watched that alone at night.
Fuck no.
I would be up the rest of the night watching fucking Full House. You know,
Shit.
some light.
If I watch that shit alone at night, I will be up the rest of the night with my lights on, playing PS4, shooting bad guys, trying to get confidence in myself again.
Yeah.
That movie was creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
And then before this one, we saw It. Stephen King's reboot.
Yes.
If you want to hear that review.
Oh.
You gotta go to Patreon as well.
Yeah.
What did you think of It?
I loved it.
I loved it too. I thought it was a good movie, and it was scary.
It was good. It was fun.
Right.
It was scary.
Yes.
It lived up. It exceeded my expectations of it.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of remakes lately have been fucking trash.
Right.
And things that we didn't need.
Yeah.
And it was something we did need.
Funny thing. So both of these films, they kind of are very similar. They both center around kids.
Yep.
They both center around demonic forces of some level, whether they're from heaven or hell or interdimensional beings, targeting kids and scaring the shit out of kids. Like, so seeing these films as adults, like, do you remember like the scary film that did it to you as a kid? Like this, like the film that had you fucking up, like hard time sleeping, nightmares, like turning the lights on when you do everything type shit.
There's been a couple.
What were they?
So let's I'm gonna bring you back for a second.
Uh-oh. Where are we going back to? Do we need the DeLorean? How fast does the DeLorean go?
We're going back to a place that you've refused to admit that I'm from, but North Jersey.
You're not from Jersey, but all right.
I was born in North Jersey. I spent the first 5 years of my life there, so I have memories from there.
Sure you do.
And my big brother, who's only 18 months older than me, was obsessed with horror movies.
Yeah.
And we had free HBO, or we stole HBO from our neighbors. I don't really know how that worked in the 80s, but we had HBO, but we didn't pay for it. And my mom was a mother of four, so she was really busy, so she wasn't like always around to like monitor what we were watching.
Right.
So at a very young age, I saw a lot of fucked up shit because my brother was super into it. My brother turned out fine though. High five. You know.
I mean, yeah.
But we were young as shit, and I remember watching Predator.
Predator did it to you?
That was like one of the first horror movies I remember seeing.
I don't think Predator is a horror film.
What would you count that as?
It's a fucking action movie. What? All those diesel ass motherfuckers. But yo, when Carl's Weather and Arnold Schwarzenegger fucking lock arms and you just see like giant, sweaty, muscular biceps, I'm always like, yeah, this shit was like fucking. It wasn't a horror film to me. I was like,
it was a horror movie.
Awesome.
A sci-fi movie.
Yeah, to me it was like a sci-fi action film.
I don't want to say that's the first. I was just going back to like the first horror movie I remember.
That was the
seeing.
first movie that scared you.
That one didn't.
What was the first movie that scared you?
Nightmare on Elm Street scared me.
The first one?
Wow. I can't remember. I think it was one of the first ones.
Yeah.
Because that one scared me as a child because I was a child. Yeah. So I wasn't safe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what movie as a kid fucked you up?
I would say Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like the first thing I can remember back being young.
Right.
And seeing and being like.
Yeah. Definitely Hellraiser.
Oh, yeah.
Because I believed in hell. And it just seemed like very real. But it's kind of funny now because like we didn't have movies that targeted kids like they do today.
True.
Like when we were kids, they were targeting like adults or like teenagers. And that shit was scary, man.
I guess we had the 80s had the Poltergeist. That was that
one
one creeped me out when I was younger.
The Poltergeist had me afraid to go to the bathroom for a long time.
You know what used to make me scared too?
What's that?
With that movie is I was pretty young when I saw that, and Heather used to swear that little girl looked like me. But the little blonde,
the one with the braces,
the blonde hair.
With
the hair.
Yeah.
Heather used to always be like, she looks like you, and that would freak me out because you know what I mean.
I don't remember what all happened with the post. I remember like the house, like they were on like an Indian burial ground in the house or some shit.
Yeah.
Poltergeist didn't really fuck me up as much as like Hellraiser gave me nightmares. Freddy didn't fuck me up too much because he was kind of comical to me. And I used to like, I don't know, I used to just be a boss in my dreams. So it didn't really like fuck with me too heavily. But like Hellraiser really fucked me up as a kid. And I was always kind of like afraid of like dolls.
Pet Cemetery fucked me up too.
Really?
Yeah, that was another one.
Huh. You know, I still haven't like really seen Pet Cemetery. Like
Pet Cemetery, my brother traumatized my sister with that movie. Like you can't bring that. If you bring that up today, she'll punch you.
Melissa?
Yep.
Yeah. She's the only one punching people over memories. Yeah, I think that's crazy to me. Like, I don't like, and I look at these films now, and I'm like, okay, so if I'm an adult, I am me now. Like, if I was a kid, I think it would fuck me up.
Oh yeah, the new It for sure.
I think Annabelle will fuck me up.
Yep.
We saw Ouija board, the first one, piece of shit,
piece of trash, hot trash.
Yes, we saw not the first one. We saw the second one, which was
fucking
Ouija
so
board
many
Creations.
No, that we just saw Annabelle Creations.
Origins.
Yeah, close. Yeah.
Horrifying.
Really good movie.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Really creepy.
Yeah, definitely agree.
Do you feel like, where was I going with this question? So like when you were a little kid, yeah, those movies that fucked you up.
Right. And
then like as an adult, you have movies that fuck you up.
Yeah.
For me, it's changed. Definitely.
The level of things that fuck you up?
The type of, like, now as an adult, gore doesn't, like, fuck me. Like, I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
But that shit doesn't fuck me up.
Like Hostel type shit?
Yeah.
Right.
That shit doesn't fuck me up. Like
we saw that body horror movie yesterday. Contagious.
Yeah.
No, wasn't Contagious? Was it Contagious?
I think it was Contagious or something.
Contagious Volume 2?
Yeah.
Which was like
gore just to be gory.
It was even gore. It was gross. It was gross. Like just pulling maggots out of your body.
I can't even. I can't even look. See, that shit just grosses me out. Like It doesn't scare me. I'm just like, ew. I don't need to see that.
It just makes you nauseous. Like you get like the feeling, I guess, if you were to drink a lot of spoiled milk. You know how you just get like the gagging, even though you may have already barfed. It still is like type thing. I think now what scares me, the last movie that scared me as an adult, that like really scared me as an adult, was probably Paranormal Activity.
Yo, me too. I was gonna say that.
Yeah,
I think that's a lot of, and I've spoken to a lot of people around our age.
Right.
Everyone says the first one fucked you up.
Yeah, the first one definitely, because it was like one of those situations where it happened fast enough for me to relate to it and be like, I don't know if I would have caught on that quick.
And also, they did what I always think makes a really great horror movie.
Is not show the
monster. We never actually saw.
Well, because I don't think it had a body, right?
It was an entity.
Yeah, it was like a
spirit
form.
But still, the fact that they never showed the demon or whatever it was, made it that much scarier because it was just you picturing in your head the scariest thing you can think of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I slept with my door open for.
I remember watching that, and I think before then, a lot of people got freaked out by the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah,
never freaked me out, and I lived in the woods.
I would say, we were in the woods, but I was too young to see that in the theater.
Yeah.
So I think maybe seeing that in the theater before any of the, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like kind of like I bet if you watch Paranormal Activity now,
I think it would still fuck with me a little bit.
But I feel like if you never, like if you were someone like us talking about Blair Witch, because I remember Heather, like my older sister, had seen Blair Witch in the theater, and she was in high school.
She was in high school when Blair Witch came out?
I want to say she was in high school when it came out.
I thought I was in high school when Blair Witch came out. Can we do a quick search of Blair Witch? I'll filibuster while you search. One of the things with the Blair Witch that I think that really freaked it out is back then there wasn't, like, the internet had just kind of started a little bit.
1999.
99. Okay, I was in high school too.
So I think you probably were a freshman when she was
99. I think I was a sophomore.
Maybe she had just graduated. I'm trying to think what year she graduated. She's older than me.
Yeah, I think I was a sophomore, so I think she was probably fresh out of.
She might have been
fresh out of high school.
Yeah,
I think she was in college, somewhere around college. Because in '99, I got into high school in 90 because I graduated in 2001. So was that like 99 is 3 years? So I got in high school around 98.
She was, so she was probably still, I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
No, it's cool. It's fine. It's fine.
But I remember her like coming home and being like driving in the woods home was scary. But I think because that was that first live footage,
first, like found footage.
So I think when people went and saw that in the theater, not knowing anything about it or have seen anything like that before, I think probably scared them on a level that we didn't get scared on.
Like I said, it was before the internet and stuff. So like when they marketed it as something that was found, motherfuckers really thought it was found. It was kind of like the War of the Worlds. You know what's funny? The War of the Worlds was some terrifying shit back in the day. Like when the War of the Worlds happened, they had to like, I think, was it the president had to issue like a statement saying like, hey, this was fiction, like because it was on the radio and people really thought there was an alien invasion and motherfuckers were going ape shit. Like just imagine like the War of the Worlds now. I just think of Tom Cruise and how shitty that movie was.
I didn't even see that movie.
Oh, I saw it. You know, I see all the movies.
Ugh, I fucking hate Tom Cruise.
Yeah, so it's funny, like not only as we age what scares us changes, but as a culture what scares us changes, you know? Like I don't know, like I think about Paranormal Activity and it was scary.
It was.
And it wasn't the first type of found footage. It just looked, I think it connected with me because I was that age where I could be a homeowner. I could be living with, you know, my significant other. And when you date people, who knows, you know their past, but you don't know like what's attached to them because essentially that entity was attached to her as a kid, and then like they went and fleshed it out and fucked up the franchise. Funny thing, they're about to reboot that.
Jesus Christ. Just like fucking Saw. Like
did Saw fuck you up?
It didn't fuck me up. I thought the first Saw was very good. I did really love that movie.
I thought it was a good movie.
But that type of shit never, like things that like I'm like I won't be in that situation. Like I wouldn't if I can't pick, you know what I mean? Like there are certain like haunting movies like Paranormal Activity. That was just an innocent dude. That was just he just fell in love with the wrong chick. Like that shit.
And he didn't leave fast enough. Like I probably would have left. I would have abandoned her. Like straight up. I would have been like, you can meet me in a medical facility. Like I'm not meeting you in this house. I'm not hanging out with you in this house. Like I'm just not doing it. You can meet me somewhere. Oh, you know what? That's also not true too. You know what really kind of fucked me up as a horror film? And it was kind of like, it didn't scare me, but it fucked with my like spirit and shit a little bit, was Drag Me to Hell. Because I felt really bad for her.
That was a good movie.
Because at the end of the day, she essentially got dragged to hell for just doing her job at banking. And like the lady wanted an extension and a loan and shit, but she didn't have any collateral. Like it wasn't like it wasn't like the lady was being like mischievous and she was just like, fuck you, I'm trying to make my quota. She was like, yeah, dude, I can't do this and I can't break any more rules because I'm about to get fired. And she gets dragged to hell for that. Like that really fucked me up. And I was like, yo, that's so unfair. But that like fucked me up on like a life level. Not like a fear level. But certain scary films have lasted in me that make me do things differently throughout my life period. Like whenever I'm in a parking garage, I'm always extra on high alert.
True.
When it's dark, I always look in my back seat before getting in my car.
Very true.
I just generally always do that. Usually if I come home alone and I'm going to be home alone for a while, like I usually kind of do a light tour of the house. Just to make sure, like, you know, because there's like a nigga in like the closet or something. I don't go through everything. I'm not like super crazy, but usually I'll come home and I'll just like do like a quick like glance around, like, oh, okay, this looks pretty much.
Do you ever like make sure when you go to the bathroom that there's no one in the shower, behind the shower?
Don't do that. Wow, what made you do that?
I don't know.
Okay, are you just afraid of getting attacked while taking a shit?
I mean, I feel like that's a vulnerable spot.
That is pretty vulnerable.
But I think in a lot of movies, people hide behind the shower curtain. So
I don't think I've ever seen anyone killed while taking a shit.
That's true. But like in the shower.
I mean, I think we should do it, but I've never seen that before. Like, I've seen people attacked in the bathroom.
Or, like, closets, too. Closets are creepy as fuck.
Closets. Luckily, we don't have an under the bed. Under the bed always fucked
I was going to bring that up, too, and I'm like, I like that we have drawers underneath ours.
Yeah.
But then I also always think, if there's a scenario where I would need to hide, I can't hide under the bed.
Well, that's a horrible hiding spot.
I know.
Why would you ever hide under there?
I don't know.
You're super tiny. You can find a better spot than
I can probably fit in the drawer, too.
I think if I was you and your tininess, I would hide in your closet because you can hide in the back corner and cover yourself up with clothes.
Let's drive a lot of shit.
Yeah,
so.
like that's would be my number one go-to to hide. I'm big. There's no hiding. I have to come out and confront whatever's there and hope I can either overcome or die quick.
Yeah.
You know, that's just where I am with my confronting the fearness. So I definitely think that this last batch of scary films pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, and I think that, I mean, for a while
it wasn't like that.
There's been fucking like all the Saw movies,
The Rings,
even the Paranormal Activity movies that have just been
numbers
cranking out though.
They do so many numbers.
But to me, it's just like, I don't need to see that shit again. Like, yeah, I guess I did like.
Can I ask you a question? Were you ever into they're paranormal, but they're also human, like the Jasons, the Michael Myers, the Leatherface? Did those ever scare you? They never scared me.
They didn't. Those are ones too that I watched when I was super young.
Right. Yeah.
But they never, like, I don't remember having nightmares about that stuff.
Right.
Like, I think even as a kid, it was more of like the ghosty shit that, like, The Exorcist.
Yeah, The Exorcist was scary. Poltergeist. You remember did The Shining scare you? The Shining was creepy to me.
It was creepy, but it didn't.
I still don't understand what happened. Like, I don't. Like, was he there before?
Who?
Jack.
Oh, no.
He wasn't reincarnated?
No.
He was in that picture.
Yeah, like that's what happened when you like...
When you die there, you become part of the house?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
And became one of them. Because he went fucking insane. It wasn't like the kind old black man.
Oh, shit. The Shining is the kill house.
Yeah.
Damn. American Horror Story just straight Jack the Shining. Yo, shout out to American Horror Story this season for making something that's not... terrifying, but
they better keep up with it. That's the thing.
True. I remember earlier I was like, yo, y'all get one more week from me. And I think that their writers knew that the average American Horror fan was down for 4, but you had to deliver on 5. No, they delivered on 4.
Yeah.
Because the first 3, I was like, I'm tired of these clowns.
Well, the first episode, it fucked me up because it was just triggering. I didn't need to see fucking
Trumpish.
I did not need to see that motherfucker.
Right.
I didn't need to see any of that again. Like, that was already horrific and depressing enough for me.
Yeah.
I didn't need to see it again. Like, I don't need you to use this as a thing to scare people. To anyone that's watched, usually it's people watching that show don't need to see that shit again. I don't, make that movie when he's out of office. When the world's rebuilding itself again. Let's get on
a brighter note of subjects titling. Okay, so worst horror movie villains, top 3. What do you got?
Oh shit, Mike Myers.
Oh, for you, Mike Myers?
Because he won't die.
Oh, true that.
Motherfucker won't die
everywhere.
He does so slow, but he always catches up to you.
Okay, Mike Myers. Is that? Would you say is this in chronological order or is this no order?
There's no real order. I'm just kind of like
you're just spitballing.
Boop, boop, boop.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. You said worst?
I would say the top 3 horror villains that like connect with you. Rather you like them, rather they scare you. Like what are when I mention horror films, who are the top 3 people you think of and why?
Okay.
Yeah. You want me to go?
Yeah, well, I got one.
You do got one. That's a good one too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go.
Okay.
Or we can take turns. You do one, I do one.
Oh, okay. You want to do that way?
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. And then we can just recap it in the end. That sounds like a good way to go.
I'm fully into this.
Are you fully Googling right now?
A little bit.
That's low-key kind of cheating.
You know how I am about things on the spot.
All right, fine. All right, so number one for me, I would go with Pinhead.
Oh, yeah.
Mainly because growing up in a Christian household and someone who has Catholic levels of guilt, going to hell always scared me. And Pinhead was the manifestation of that thing. I remember there was a film. Oh my God, I was old. I was old enough not to be afraid of the dark. Do you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't old enough to like survive on my own. But I was responsibly old. Like I had a key to the house, and you know I could do things. Like I was like, I don't know, was that 15, 14? Somewhere around that level. Like I was old enough where I was like functioning. And there was a film called I think it was like Hellraiser's Hell on Earth, and they opened that fucking box in a nightclub. Oh, yeah. And it just like everyone just got fucked up. And I remember this one thing, and it was like this one girl just was like, she was like very loose with her sexuality. And her demon version, she was just getting like her skull fucked in by this like rotating like drill thingy, and it was just like, and I just was like, this is awful. And they were in the streets, but it was just like,
it was innocent people that weren't.
They were just in a club. Like, granted, it was like one of those like weird clubs that I don't even know existed because they were in the 90s, and I never like the same club that like was in like the Matrix. They look like raves a little bit, and they look like clubs in non-sanctioned places. But it was like, yeah, like Hellraiser. Kind of, to this day, I don't watch Hellraiser movies. Like I hear he's getting a reboot. I won't be a part of it.
I hear you on that. All right, I got another one.
Okay, after you Googled it?
I didn't Google it. He didn't even come up.
You better be glad. You're so cute.
Thank you. Sorry. I'm going to say this because of other things, though.
Okay.
Leatherface.
Because he runs?
Well, he also... the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you ever go to any haunted house now, there's a motherfucker at the end with the chainsaw.
Right.
And you're always like... Like, that's, like, the big thing that you're like, I'm going to have to run.
Yeah.
Because this person with this fucking chainsaw is going to chase me at the end of it.
Yeah.
And it's always the big thing that you're like, that at least I know I'm, like, scared of.
Really?
You know, like I don't know what the word for it is. Like, anticipated.
Yeah.
Thing that you know is going to come and you're going to scream and run.
When I go to horror houses, and we are going to a horror house on Wednesday.
Woohoo.
I'm always nervous for the things you wouldn't suspect. I'm nervous of punching someone from a jump scare. That's my number one fear, is like going around a corner and then being like, ugh, and I'm like, poof, and I just punch some kid because I think that's like,
yeah, a reaction that in any other part of your life, if someone jumps out at you or chases you, it's to fight. Yeah, like I would do I'm either nervous I'm going to punch someone, or I'm going to jump backwards and hit someone. Like I'm always, because I have a pretty big like presence. Yep. And then you go through these tiny tunnels sometimes, these like little corridors and hallways. If there's like a group of people behind me and something scares me, and if I jump back, I can elbow the shit out of someone and fuck up their shit. Yep. Like, I'm 300 pounds coming at you fast. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm always nervous of shit like that. But, yeah, Leatherface, he was going to make my list, but him as a person isn't scary. He's the only person who runs like a fucking psychopath. Yeah. And there's no, like, Leatherface doesn't have anything. He's just a maniac with a mask and a chainsaw. Yeah. And I feel like I don't know if I can beat him, but I feel like my chances are better than, like, an extra. Also, Leatherface, you know what makes him scary, though? He's fast. He's got family. Oh, true. He has help. It's a whole house. But they never go nowhere. Like, niggas go to them. Like, they never go anywhere. It's not like they go on a tour. Like, yeah, just don't go to creepy houses, weird people. Like, if you're in the house that's down on the left, like, no, fuck that house. Okay, for me, there was a franchise called The Phantasm. Yo, that's so funny, because when you were out this morning, Phantasm 2 was on. Can't fuck with it. And I changed. That old creepy fucker does it to me every fucking time. He died not too long ago. But those balls with the sphere, I can't even tell you what that shit is about, but it really it's a trippy fucking movie. Yeah, it really fucked with me as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Phantasm, even now to this day, like old white dudes kind of creep me out.
I mean, for many reasons, old white dudes creep me out.
Well, yeah, because they harbor their racism like it's like part of their heritage.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they are this country's
backbone, forefathers,
mass murderers. I was going to say.
True that. No, I'm talking much older than that, like geriatric.
Yeah, like death's door, knocking.
Yeah. Generally, all the old people I've met, they're usually pretty sweet, or they're just like what I appreciate about them is they're very to the point. Like they don't really have time for the bullshit. Like if they're trying to do something, they're just trying to do it. Either help them or get out of the way. And I'm cool with that with most old people I've interacted with. Not at retirement homes, but just in public. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm trying to help someone for something when they're old, they'll be like, I either need your help or I don't. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Cool. You got a last one? Mm-hmm. What is it?
Pennywise.
Same.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're so much alike.
He himself is not scary to me.
No.
I think clowns are fucking scary. And he is like the grandmaster of creepy clowns. And
like I wonder, because I'm like thinking, because like the original It, apparently I have not rewatched it, but it does not hold up.
Does not hold up.
Which that doesn't shock me because it was a made for TV 1990 movie.
Yeah, like a crazy budget.
But it did. I've been scared of clowns. There are people with fucking clown phobias.
Yeah, and I don't have a phobia.
Did that shit start because of it, or did that just, what's the word, like, make it more common?
I don't think so. I know for a fact, as a kid, whenever I saw a clown, I was never happy.
Yeah.
Like the Ringling Brothers or Barnum and Bailey, they used to have like the clowns, and they would have like sad faces, or they would be like hobos. Remember there was like a bunch of clown hobos for a minute? Mm-hmm. Those motherfuckers in drawings and statues and everything always creeped me the fuck out.
Like if anyone
never liked them.
If anyone ever was like, I collect clown figurines, I'd be like, well, you're a psycho killer. Clearly.
True life. McDonald's, like Ronald McDonald, fuck with me for a minute.
Yeah.
Like they made him bright and shit, but
still scary.
I'm glad when he wasn't around. Like he's not in commercials very often because he's fucking horrifying. Yep. And he's just like, I don't like clowns. Mm-hmm. So Pennywise is definitely up there on the top list. So yeah, I think that should be it for us today.
That should be it.
I think we did good. I think we did good for this new format. You know, it was a little.
I have one more thing.
Oh, do you?
I have one question for you.
Okay.
What, if you could tell someone to watch one horror movie, what one would it be?
Do you have one already?
Yeah.
All right, you go first.
I'm going to go with a modern one.
Okay.
I mean, I count it as a horror movie. Not everyone might.
Right.
I'm going to go with Get Out.
Yo, Get Out's a documentary, dog.
Still, documentaries. I mean, fucking Grizzly Man, I'm going to put with horror, too.
Yeah.
That's a documentary, and that one was traumatic.
I would say, and you know, you can hear more about it in our review later, but I think Annabelle. I would say Annabelle 2. I would be like, yo, if you don't get scared, like watch this shit in the dark, I dare you to tell me that, because those moments in there, they were like some chilling moments. They really did it was really, really, really creepy, and like it lost it. Yeah. Once it got full power.
Yeah.
But when it was in those early stages, like when that doll was underneath that fucking sheet.
Fucked with us.
That fucked me up.
I look forward to talking about that, though, because I want to actually, when we talk about that movie, talk about that whole franchise and what they're doing and how awesome that is.
Yep. It's definitely going to be up on the Patreon for those to listen to. But yeah, I definitely would say, I would tell people who maybe think horror is gone or dead or it's not the same. I would say watch Annabelle Creations. It's not, I don't think it's super great, but it is, I would say it's extremely, it fucks with you. It fucks with you. They did a really good job of making some shit that fucks with you.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. All right. So that wraps up this episode of Lulu and Pop. We enjoyed having you guys for our first time at this isn't our first time at the new format. It's like our second time. Well, this is the first time we could flesh it out a little bit more. And, you know, hopefully we'll just continue to keep pounding it out. And next time we won't put on Moana. So someone can stay focused on, you know.
I mean, maybe it's my seat because I'm like staring at the TV too. Maybe if I trade seats with you. But then you'd be staring at it and I'd be like, baby, what the fuck?
True, but you really ain't paying attention to Brickleberry.
Well, it's funny because I didn't even want to bring it up because I didn't want you to be like, I'll change it again. But when you put it on, it was some scene where all the animals were boning. It was like they kept showing like a squirrel boning, a bear boning, a moose boning, a crocodile. But it was like literally a montage of animals boning. And I was like, this is so distracting. Like, I'm like,
really? I didn't even know. I'm over here talking about scary movies and you're seeing like animal porn.
And I was like, yep.
Animal on.
But I didn't want to even bring it up because I was like, you know what?
I'll turn that shit right off.
I don't want to
focus. Put on a fucking anime. See what you enjoy.
Then it's just gonna be fucking. I'll be like, there's nipples right there. There's an anime nipple.
Nah, they don't put nipples in a lot of anime. That was just that creepy game channel that I was on at one time. And I was just like, why is this shit on the main PlayStation Network channel? Okay, anyway, so that wraps it up for us. Check back in next week. We will deliver.
Yeah, check us out
every
on
Monday. We will find a way to get it done.
We will. And go to our Facebook page, like our Facebook page.
Like our Facebook page. We have a new website now, spacesproductions.com. You can check out everyone that's contributing to the network. We're doing well. We're having our first live event.
I know.
So you can come and check us out
look for
live.
that poster, that flyer. It's going to be up soon on social media.
More information on that coming soon. And check out our Patreon, Spaces Production on Patreon, or patreon.com/Spaces Productions. And sign up. Give us a little bit of money, and you will get some bonus content like our movie reviews.
Yeah.
And, you know, things of that caliber. We want to keep you informed as much as possible. And all right. And so until next week, Lauren, say goodbye.
Goodbye.